there is only one secret to success. I know that may sound a little crazy, but I can tell you that's absolutely true. And then the other thing is everyone has it. And you might ask, well, why am I not experiencing that success in my life? Or why am I not happy? Or why am I not in the right relationship? Why don't I have enough money? Why don't I have the kind of peace that I want to have in my life? And it is because you haven't uncovered the one secret. And that could be because it was never shown to you, or you refuse to accept it. See, I did both of those things. It had been shown to me, but I refused to accept it. That's what went on most of my life. And because of that, I experienced every imaginable difficulty you can think of. Have you ever felt that you were completely out of place in your life, or in where you grew up, your family or whatever? You were just the odd one out? Or have you experienced many times in your life where things just failed? You couldn't even explain why they were happening. Or maybe you had several relationships that kept going south. They just didn't work out. And you're questioning, why am I attracting these same relationships and I keep repeating these patterns? Or maybe it's some other pattern that you have continually repeated throughout your life and you can't figure out why you're doing that. And then you're just never happy. You could be depressed a lot of the times. You could have so many things going on. This is why so many people commit suicide, because they never uncovered the secret. And I struggled with this for so long. I had to figure out what it was. You know, I took my first personal development workshop. It was a weekend workshop. I did that in 1972. Didn't know why I was there, what I was doing. I just knew that there was something I had to try to figure out. And then I spent the rest of my life going through things that I couldn't understand, moving from career to career, from job to job, and nothing was settling in because I hadn't uncovered the secret yet. And it was causing my life to go to hell, quite honestly. Everything was a mess, and it kept going on. Then I started to experience other things that it didn't make sense to me. Losing everything several times. I was even homeless for a day. It didn't last more, but that happened. All these things, I said, why can't I figure this out? I want to know the secret. You know, when you watch other people and you're questioning, why are they so happy? Why are they having everything? Why do they have so much money? Why do they have these successful businesses? Why do they have these incredibly successful relationships and families and all of that? What is the difference? And you have to ask yourself, and I kept asking myself, why am I being punished? Because that's how it felt. Because I hadn't uncovered the secret. I didn't know what it was. And I'm being punished for something that I can't remember what I did to cause all of this horror to come into my life. Then in 1988, I started doing something else, though. I needed help. I was making another big change, so I started doing automatic writing. Didn't know what it was. I just heard about it, and I thought maybe it'll help me. So I sat down and meditated, which I had been doing. Let me see what comes to me. And then what started to happen, I figured out so many things in my life, and I started transforming. I even started healing. See, because I went through a whole bunch of healing difficulties that nobody can understand. I had so many of them. From losing part of my foot, from having cluster headaches, from having my back telling me I had to have surgery. I was going to be a cripple at some point. I didn't do all of those things, though. I kept working through it. I kept figuring it out. And it was just odd to me. And so I spent 20 years not telling anybody what I was doing because I hadn't accepted the secret yet. See, that was the problem. I wasn't accepting the secret. Then in 2020, I knew that I could no longer do that. It was actually a little bit before that, because I wrote a book in 2019 called Overcoming Fear. Because see, I knew that I had suffered from that all of my life, and so I needed to give back to others a way that I had moved through it, but I still wasn't fully accepting the secret for me. And this is what everyone has, because you do have the secret. Everyone does. And then in 2020, when I knew the world was changing, I said, okay, I've got to do something a little different. And then in 2021, the oddest thing happened. From my writings, I was told, oh, we gave you everything you needed to know in 2012. And it could transform your life and so many others because your world is going to be changing. that made no sense to me. I still hadn't accepted the secret, you see. But in 2021, I said, okay, let me see if this is real. Because you know how you doubt yourself all the time and you have to figure things out and it just seems all weird and you don't want people to judge you because they might think you're a little nuts because you've come up with some idea, something that you want to do. It could have gone on for you all of your life, that you're moving towards something, no one understands why you're doing that and you're doubting yourself. Yeah, I did that the entire time. But I had to prove it because doubt is really uncomfortable because it causes you to go into more grief. I'd already done that. I'd been depressed. I'd been addicted to drugs. I'd done all that stuff. So I moved through my depression. I moved through the difficulties with my mental state, let's say. Because when I was 70 years old, I discovered I had ADHD, which I didn't know my entire life. And then it made sense to me. See, because I was able to access different dimensions of consciousness because of that. It wasn't a disability that I had, it was an ability that I had to turn around. And I still struggled with that for a while because I didn't want to talk about it. No, this doesn't make sense. And then I put a bunch of people into the work that I was told would help transform lives and help transform our world, actually, which again made no sense. But then I started understanding physics, quantum physics, when we know that everything is energy. Everything, the way we create our lives, the way we create the world is all energy. So if we're putting negative energy into ourselves, then we're creating horrible lives. And then we're giving that to the world as well. But then if we switch and start putting other energy into our lives and through our thoughts, then we start to create different lives. But see, I couldn't accept the secret. Because then I discovered that what I was doing my entire life, I was a sage and a mystic, and I was supposed to bring in work now that would help our world evolve. But I can only do that if I'm causing other people to move to the places where they're supposed to be in their lives and accept the secret. And that secret is becoming your authentic self. It is nothing more than that. Except we have problems with getting there because it's all in our mindset. We've been taught other things. We've been programmed from the time we were children into thinking something different. We've been programmed to think we were inferior. And you have to ask yourself, why would you be born different than any other person alive, especially the people who are really successful? Nothing different. Except you may not have discovered the secret, which was your authentic self. And the way that we get there is through our mindset, through our consciousness, by raising our awareness. And then I discovered, well, I have this now, so now I have to give it to the rest of the world. But I couldn't do it by myself, so I had to bring in other people because it's challenging to do things when you're alone. I know you've probably felt that. I'm trying to do this, but I don't know, and I'm not skilled in this area. I don't know what to do here. Yeah, I did that forever. Because I would try to create huge businesses before with things that I didn't know what I was doing. So I had to bring in other people. So that's what I did for this. And now I'm thrilled because the results have shown up and it's complete. And I know that it's going to help so many people and it's going to help our world. See, because you are in the world to offer something of great value. And when you uncover the secret within you, you will do that. And all it requires is you accepting your authentic self. Now you will know, you can test this on yourself because you'll know how much you don't believe that. Self-love, I didn't know what that meant. I don't love myself. I did too many horrible things. That couldn't possibly be real. Yeah, so getting to that place when you have self-love, because then you understand that you're embracing your authentic self, and then the other result of that, you feel at peace. You feel content with everything. You feel content with yourself, with your life. And then the world starts to see who you are. And see, I know now, because I am this mystic, I know that every single person has that within them. And that my life was meant to bring this work forward. I'm 72 years old. I was in a group this morning and I told them that. They said, that doesn't seem possible. When you start understanding who you are and accepting yourself, you can reverse everything, and you can even start to reverse your aging process. Yes, that's what happens, because everything is energy. And then you are rewarded by becoming willing to embrace your authentic self. And that's the work that I'm doing. And I'm so thrilled with this, and you can check it out because we've created a new page that you can see now. It's only going to be open for a few days because we are changing it. You'll see that, but I just want you to take a look and see what is there, because anyone can achieve all the success that they want. Now it's available to everyone. See you soon.
I haven't done anything like this.
It's increased the confidence that I had in myself.
Everything is better. I mean, every single aspect of my life. My income, the progress is just amazing. Like, you can see changes from week to week.
Introducing your last development program, Life Transformation for Success, the newest part of Roger Burnley's coaching series. In this 3-month online program, you will learn the mindset tools you need to dissolve the shame of your past, discover the gifts within you that make you important to the world, and get the confidence to rise above anything that stands between you and the life that you want.
Everything changed in my life. Everything. Every single thing.
It's time for you to reprogram your mind for success and become self-actualized. If you're ready to transform your life too, learn more at yourlastdevelopmentprogram.com today.